There we go. We are live.
And I was just having my coffee then as well. Yeah, so we didn't go for Starbucks this time, but I've had my Nespresso, and very nice it is too.
But we've got Starbucks mugs.
We have.
So
this is the one from Brussels. Yours is the.
And mine is the Christmas mug.
Yeah. I was going to say that's very Christmassy.
Yeah, they don't do this mug anymore. So I'm not seeing them do this mug.
Collector's items. And we also we have got quite a few of the Starbucks and Boss ones. So this one's the Brussels one when we went to Brussels.
Yeah.
But they don't do a Brussels embossed one, but the embossed ones are quite cool.
Yeah,
and they are worth, some of them are worth a bit.
Yeah, and we've got 2 Christmas ones, 2 Christmas embossed ones as well.
Ours aren't worth anything, but because they're the common ones, the ones like London and places like that. But there was a Hong Kong one that was I spied. Anyway, enough of that. How is everybody? Welcome to another live. We say hello. 6 p.m. UK time. We're a little bit late, as we always are. Just to let you know, we're always going to be late. It's always a couple of minutes.
There's
late.
always. Do you know what as well? Because I've been getting into the chaser, and tonight's one was quite good.
Oh, was it then?
So, spoiler alert: if you watch the chaser, they won quite a lot of money. The person that went up first. So basically, if you watch the chaser, they do their cash builder, which is just general knowledge questions at the beginning, and they have, I think it's 1 minute to answer as many questions as they can, and each correct question they get £1,000 added to their fund. So a lot of people, it's roughly about 6, between anywhere, I suppose, between 4 and 6 is the norm, is the average. But one time you had one contestant and he did all 11. He didn't do all 11, but he got £11,000 in his cash builder, and I thought that was brilliant. So anyway, this guy, he didn't do very well. I think he did £6,000 in his cash builder. But then after that, he got, when he got to the table, so when you get to the table, that's when you face the chaser. And the chaser gave him 3 offers. They give a low offer, then you have your own offer, and then he gives you a high offer. So he gives you 2 offers, one below what you've, the cash builder that you've done, and then one above it. And he gave the one above it 20,000, and he went for it. And so it means when you go, so if you go for the normal middle one, you get 2 sort of, to be able to answer the question incorrectly. So you get 2 chances. If you take the lower offer, you get 3 chances. And if you take the higher offer, you get 1 chance to get a wrong answer.
I don't get to watch any of this because I'm working, unfortunately. But I get to miss it. But I have seen the chase once or twice. But I'm not a huge fan like you are. You really.
But yeah. Do you know what? Because I like to see the battle, like whether they can beat the chaser, because the chaser's a genius.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So it's basically you against a genius. So it's nice when you see them against a genius, and then. But basically, it's only cash. It's not real cash until you beat the chaser at the end, till the end.
So yeah, like I said, it's a very fast, intense quiz thing. Yeah. So now the chase is actually on in the United States, I do believe. So they have it there, but Bradley Walsh doesn't present it. I think we mentioned this before.
No, but there's two chasers that actually go to the States.
Oh yeah.
I think one is the Beast, and I can't remember who the other one was. The Beast. But I can't remember who the other one was. So I think, but there's 2 of them, 2 chasers that actually go to the States.
I'm really liking this coffee. As you can see, I'm constantly drinking it. It's very, very nice.
Yeah, but you do that with your normal coffee from Starbucks. In fact, any drink.
I do like it, just constantly. You'll notice that will be gone in seconds.
Yeah, any drink he has.
Drink.
Yeah. And so so I got really involved with that, and I really enjoyed it.
There we are. So what have we been doing so far this week? Well, you guys may have seen we did a little upload. We haven't uploaded for a short period of time. So time for a new video, and we did
the Toby Carvery.
No, we did indeed.
So basically, one of you said in one of our other videos that Toby Carvery were doing self-serve again. So I thought, do you know what? Let's go and take a look.
So we went back, we had a look, and we did enjoy it. So that was the thing as well. So anybody who's seen our original Toby Carvery video, we actually went there as well. And they do it wasn't a self-serve. The person served you. Now it's completely back to pre-pandemic days. Well, I say that thus far. So we went. I took a week off work. That was the end of February, and then we went. Then, so we had a little trip out there as well, and really enjoyed it. Actually,
Yeah,
really
it was really good. And you would see Mark Piley's plate up high. That was piled high. That was a mountain of food. Even Ray commented like, well, I was like, oh my God, was it Ray or was it? It's either Ray. Yeah, no, it was Ray. Ray commented on it. Yeah.
Do you know what? Though my eyes are definitely bigger than my stomach, because when I saw that, I thought, "Oh, I'll finish that, no problem." But I realised my attitude, my appetite has shrunk.
Yeah, it has.
Quite a lot actually.
Yeah.
Now, if you did watch that video, you will know that I had a huge mountain of food. In the good old days, years ago, I would, and there's no word of like, Kelly will back me on that. I would finish that, then go up for more.
Yeah.
I can't do that now.
You would go up for more, but your next two, because you'd go up twice more, but your next two plates would be a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'd have one huge, but I have a friend who is the same as that, who will eat that much food at that much, and I look at it and I'm just thinking, now she's my height, right, and a lot slimmer than I am, like, and I'm just thinking, right, well, but where is she putting all of that? Like, where? Even if, like, say, like, some days you forget to eat or you don't eat that much, so then on the day that you do eat, you, like, your appetite would be quite small. Do you see what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't eat that much. My appetite's quite small. Today, I met an old friend. Hey, Marina. And it was really nice to sort of catch up with her and everything else. And I decided to go for the big breakfast. And I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to eat all of this. But I did give a good crack of it, though.
Big breakfast? What was it? Independent cafe, or was it?
It was Bill's. We went to Bill's. We went to Bill's in Covent Garden. And
I didn't realise you went into Central London. So I was working all day, so I just saw Kelly come back.
Yeah, so I went into Covent Garden and we went to Bill's. And the thing was, to be fair though, the breakfast wasn't as big as other places. They put it on a big plate, but they spread it out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like. So normally, if you go somewhere and it's a big breakfast, you would get 2 sausages, you get 2 bacon, you get 2 black pudding. You'd also get hash browns, and you get 2 eggs and blah blah blah. Now they gave me 2 toast. They did like. It was one. They didn't give me 2 toast.
Hello, Sahinas.
Hey, Sahinas.
How are you?
They gave me 1 piece of toast which they cut in half, and then they gave me a little triangle.
Okay.
So that was a bit big. Then they gave me a small bit of fried potatoes with some really delicious onions on top of them. It was really nice. It was like pink onions, but they weren't pickled. They didn't taste pickled. And then they gave me 1 sausage, 2 like little strips of streaky bacon. 1 black pudding, 2 fried eggs. I feel like I've got a bit of hair here. Yeah, I have. 2 fried eggs. And some beans. I didn't eat the beans, so I took the beans off. But yeah.
Tahina says, Kelly, you look great.
Oh, thank you. I hope you like my new ears. I'll come on to them in a bit. So I felt like it wasn't as big a breakfast as another place where you go and it's a big breakfast. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Sahiina said, I saw your restaurant video. It's beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Funny enough, we were just talking about that review, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. And we've been watching some of yours. I left some comments on your videos. I hope you saw them. But very, very good. Very, very good. I'm particularly interested in your bit. And you did your coconut rice, which is the one you were recommending to me. So that was one I had a look at. Very, very good. I still yet to make one, but I do want to do. I think the closest we can do to doing the collab is I have a go at making one of Sahinas's.
Yeah, and then tag her in.
Yeah, and tag her in just to see it. But I will try and do one of your recipes using, if you don't mind, using your recipe on your videos.
That'd be quite good.
Yeah, it would actually.
So we got together and we haven't seen each other for 20 years.
Oh wow.
So 20 years. So it was really nice to sort of get together, and it was almost like we saw each other last week. Because we were just chat. There wasn't a moment where it was an awkward moment.
That's really nice as well. I don't know if you guys get that as well. That sometimes when you haven't seen someone for a while, the conversation flows like you just have never been away.
Yeah. I mean,
been apart.
I've got friends like that, but the thing with Marina and I, we are at some points quite similar. I feel.
Yeah.
As well. So like I can say something to her and she's not going to think it weird. She can say something to me and I'm not going to think it's weird, kind of thing. So it was very easy. It was very, there wasn't any awkward moments or any at any point did we not have something to say to each other.
That's good.
Kind of thing. So yeah, so that was nice to have
nice
a catch
and
up.
flow.
Yeah. And so yeah, so that's where I was. I was in Covent Garden today. And I bought some biscuits, but I've left them downstairs.
Of course.
And so I'm thinking we may do them for another video, maybe, or we could try them on here. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how it carries on. But that leads us on to the next thing.
So, hey Charlie, how are you?
Hey Charlie.
So as we always do, we're going to do our tip of the week. So these are Thomas fudges, and these are Florentines. Now we did have really nice Florentines actually from Waitrose, and unfortunately what happened is they don't seem to sell well. They're always out of stock. So these are our new recommendations for the week.
They do taste very similar.
They taste extremely similar.
Yeah.
So if you do get a chance, do give those a go. They are pretty much UK supermarkets, so we do hope you can get hold of them. But they are Thomas Fudge's Florentine biscuits, well worth a try.
Now the thing I will say about those Florentine biscuits,
and look, you can see how good they are because there's only one left.
But we did get them on Sunday. It's Tuesday today, so we've done quite well because there's only 8 in a packet. Now the thing that I will say about those biscuits compared to the number one biscuits is the chocolate does fall off it as you're eating it, whereas with the Waitrose number ones, they don't.
Oh, Pavnar, hello.
Hey, Pavnar.
So Pavnar says, hello, my beautiful angels. I hope you're both well. I've not been called that, not for very many years.
Much.
I tried the caramel frap today from Starbucks and thought I'd share it with you as I know how much you both love Starbucks.
Yeah.
Kelly and Mark, beautiful. Oh, we're glad.
Oh, good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. And did you do Kelly's speciality? We haven't had them today, actually.
Yeah. Today, I've got tea. Well.
I got coffee.
I've got actually... this tea is a pineapple and lychee tea that Twinings do. So I thought it's got a little bit of chili in it as well. It's really, it's really delicious. And even if it goes cold, it still tastes really good. So you can have it hot or cold. So I like it. Yeah.
So Pav, what did you think? Did you have extra drizzle? That's one of Kelly's signatures, to have extra drizzle on it. Or did you just do the whipped cream as well? That is your favourite. In actual fact, you know what? This is the first time we haven't had a Starbucks actually in a long, long time. So
yeah, because we don't. There has been times on here where we haven't. We've had.
Oh, rarely.
Yeah, but there's been times
we always have. You guys know we always see us having the Starbucks.
Yeah, because they'll see the thumbnail when we don't have the Starbucks, because either the thumbnail includes the Starbucks or it doesn't. So you will see the ones that don't include the Starbucks. That's the ones that we haven't had Starbucks.
Charlie said, "Oh, you went to 2 Toby Carveries."
Wow. What we did or you did?
But she went to 2 Toby Carveries. We did the one. Actual fact, you are right. So we had we got our old Toby Carvery one, and we did a new one. We were just doing. So again, we were thinking of you, Charlie. We did do a Toby Carvery review, as you probably saw. We really enjoyed that. Actually, it was a really nice little time out. So we thought we'd do our little restaurant review.
And I think your eyes light up when you see the food.
Did you see, Charlie, how much food I put on there? The pile. You wouldn't think it, but I can eat all that and a bit more. But although this time I did struggle.
Yeah, this time you did struggle.
I've got to say, I thought I could do more than that, but no.
He just had the one plate. But also what was good, because I know one of you out there was talking about taking your daughter, because your daughter is vegetarian, and you actually show on it the vegetarian alternative.
Okay.
So basically, normally when you have a carvery, you have all the meats, but they do vegetarian alternative, which Mark had. He had the broccoli and brie parcel, and so you'll see that on the video. And so that for I can't remember who it was that asked me, but she wanted to take her daughter. And but when she saw all the sides, she thought, oh yeah, that's a good place to take her daughter.
I was getting confused. I thought it meant Charlie's daughter. I thought Charlie didn't have a daughter.
No, somebody else. I said, that's why I said one of you.
Oh, I see. Right.
One of you. So so she was saying that But when she saw all the sides, she goes, "Oh, I might do veggie as well." But once you see all the meats, maybe you might not do just the veggie. Maybe you might have some.
Depending what you like. Now, Charlie said they've done 300 videos on my YouTube channel, but I'm one of 300 videos. I'm going to win the challenge, trying to see how many videos I can do on my best videos. Oh, great! So if you do what? So if you've got one more video, then you're at 300. That's really good. You have to celebrate. You could even do, Charlie, as an idea, a video celebrating your 300th video, and that could be your 300th video. Just an idea, just to celebrate, just have like 300 on it. That's what we did. So when we got 500 subscribers, we had Kay went out and bought balloons that said 500. You might have seen them in the background, and that's what we did. Our celebration was to do the 500.
Yeah, and they didn't have any weights, so I had to do these makeshift weights.
That was hang them all down because they were floating up in the air.
Yeah, because they were like reaching the ceiling.
They turned, rather than saying 5 like that, they would then turn up flat like that, so you have to pull them back down.
Yeah, so I had to do these makeshift weights. So so it was a bit, but it turned out well in the end though, because with the makeshift weights and everything, they looked really quite cool, I thought.
Charlie said, go onto my YouTube channel. I've done videos with funny faces. Sing it on different YouTube channels on my own. Okay, we'll have a little look at that one as well. We did, like I said, last time you came on as well, I did check out your Leeds ones as well, because you went to Leeds Rhinos. And I did see where you went to the stadium. I forget what the name of the stadium was, but you went, it was quite good because you did it during the day. So you could see what it was like during the day. And then at night, you could see it all lit up. I thought that was quite good. So, and did you go to, I think you went to Ellen Road as well, didn't you? Ellen Road Leeds Football Club. I think you did. So yeah, that was your little Leeds trip, and of course you went to McDonald's. So
I like McDonald's every now and again. You're not so much a fan, but I don't mind it. What did you think of their vegetarian burger though?
Did I eat that?
The plant burger. They had a plant burger.
I don't eat it. I haven't had it. I've not eaten a plant burger. I've had Starbucks' plant burger.
When I had the double chicken, he doesn't even remember.
I didn't have a plant burger.
We did video it. I haven't uploaded it, but we did video it, so I'll have to upload it. But yeah,
it couldn't have been that good if I can't remember it.
You had it, and I had the double chicken sandwich, which was their new Big Mac, but chicken. Chickens.
I don't remember that at all. So the fact that I can't remember it shows it's not that memorable. I'm sorry, guys. I am not that big a fan of McDonald's. I don't like any. I'm not really liking McDonald's. Filet-O-Fish is okay. If somebody bought it for me, I'd eat it.
Yeah.
I would not go out my way to go and get one.
No, you wouldn't go out your way to go buy one.
McDonald's breakfast is okay. The pancakes are okay. The hash brown is okay. Oh, I saw the video you did of Toby Carvery, Mark. Oh, yes. I'm glad you like that. What did you think? And also as well, Charlie, I was going to ask you, so when you go to Toby Carvery in Scunthorpe and you go to Toby Carvery in Leeds, I don't know if you went to the one in Leeds. I don't think you did, but you went to the one in Scunthorpe. What did you get? Do you get the same stuff? Because I don't know if you noticed, they did do mac and cheese. I don't know if they do that in Scunthorpe, and if they did all the stuff we saw in Scunthorpe. Because funny enough, when I see my parents, which is in the west of the West Country, some of the stuff they don't do, or they do then they don't do here.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Toby Carvery. The one at your parents.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
It's a different carvery.
Oh yeah, that was true.
Yeah. So you don't always get the same things at each like carvery place, let's say. But the norm would probably be beef and chicken or beef and turkey. Yes. That would sort of be the norm at most carveries, and then sometimes they may do other roasts.
Yeah.
Like pork, gammon, and on Sundays, which is what I said before, they do lamb on a Sunday.
So
I've got to go one Sunday.
There you are. Did you get lamb as well, Charlie, when you went? That was just out of interest. So I'm just interested to see if it is exactly the same across the country. You would think it would be because it's a chain, but I don't think they do.
Nothing is ever the same when it's a franchise.
Yeah.
They have to follow a certain set of things, like have certain staples, but nothing is. When it's a franchise, it's your own business,
right?
So you don't have to do the same across the country, and chefs are different. So not every chef is the same.
Oh, you don't have a Toby carver in Scunthorpe. Where would you go when you do your Toby? Because I don't think you did one in Leeds, did you? You didn't go to the Toby carvery. I think that was outside Leeds. But yeah, just out of interest, actually, to see. And when you go,
or even a carvery.
Yeah. And is it the same?
Yeah, like just a different carvery. It doesn't have to be Toby, but have you done other carveries? There's a couple of other carveries that I have done. There was one, the Strand Palace used to do one.
Oh yeah.
In Charing Cross on the Strand.
Did I go to that one?
No. I went there I've been there twice, but it wasn't brilliant. I've got to say, it wasn't the best. I've got to say, Toby Carvery was better than the Strand Palace.
What is your favourite restaurant in Scunthorpe? When you do go out, where would you go to? What would be your restaurant of choice? So round here now, because we're quite lucky in London, because you do get many different types of restaurants. But I've got to say, mine's always going to be pizza. That's always going to be my favourite go-to choice, I'm afraid. And also local ones, not the chains. Not a fan of Pizza Hut.
You mean independent ones?
Yeah. Not a fan of pizza. Sorry, Pizza Hut.
Pizza's not my favourite, to be honest. I don't mind it. I enjoy it, but it's not something that I would look to, do you know what? I really want to go for pizza.
Oh no, there's
kind of thing.
Oh, there's just everything about it. It's like a hot sandwich. It's got everything in one. That is my go-to food.
Roast, as we discussed last on Friday, is my go-to food.
I did a Stonehouse carvery pub. That's what it was. We were getting confused with the two things as well. Which, in your opinion, is better? Stonehouse carvery pub or the Toby carvery pub?
Have you been to both? Is the question.
That's true.
Have you been to both?
I'm guessing you had, but you may not have done.
There is another local carvery which I've not tried.
Right.
But maybe we should try it. It's not too far from the Toby.
Is that
It's towards that end.
Is that a hotel?
No.
Oh, okay. No. I'm getting mixed up with
it's another pub.
Oh, okay.
It's a pub. So yeah, maybe we should try it. It's further on. But yeah, maybe
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
maybe, you see, discovering new things all the time.
Yeah, maybe we should try. But my friend has been to it a few times. She tends to go to that one rather than Toby. So yeah, I might try it one day.
There we go. Now, Madam's got some snacks while we're starting as well, and I'd like one of the snacks. Or just
one of the snacks would you like?
Right there.
What, my crisps?
Just one. Just a crisps. This is what it's like. It's like pulling teeth. I only want one crisp.
No, you have one and I have one.
So this is the big.
I've got my own crisp.
I only want one. I don't want a packet. There you go.
Oh.
See.
This is what I say. Bring snacks. No, you just want to eat my snacks. But everyone's like that, right? Whenever I have something, somebody always, inevitably I'll have crisps or I'll have that or I'll have this. Now, I don't mind getting you your own one, but I want to enjoy my own one.
So do you guys have that? Is there a time when you have your snacks or your crisps or your chocolate and people always want a little bit of that? I had a friend of mine who used to say that as well. He used to make his own tea. People go, can I have a sip of your tea? Can I have a sip of your tea? He goes, why are you want my tea? Why are you after my tea? So, like Kelly, I do, it's one of those things, if Kelly opens a bag of crisps, I have to have one because I just don't
He'll never open a bag. Like, he'll never go and say, do you know what, I'm going to open this bag of crisps. Or, Carol, can you get me a bag of crisps? No. But anytime I have something or open it, might want it.
So, Charlie said, I've been to Grimsby's Toby Carvery, but it's shut down now. So, which is better, Grimsby Toby Carvery or Stonehouse Carvery Pub? Can you remember? Or was it too long ago? Was it shut down a while ago?
I think my family, where food is concerned, is quite good.
Yeah.
If my brother or my mum have something and you want to have a bit of their plate, they will gladly share it. I'm the opposite. I don't want to share what's on my plate.
Kelly won't share anything. Won't share anything.
No, I don't like it. I want to eat. I want to enjoy it. If I'm full and I'm finished, and at the end I say, do you know what? Can you finish it? That I don't mind. But while I'm trying to eat and enjoy my food, don't take it off my plate.
Kelly would rather it go off. It would rather it went stale than share it. Like, what did you buy? Oh, that M&S. You bought that lovely M&S bread.
No.
You just let it go stale.
You covered it with my book and I didn't even see it.
Oh, yeah. Of course, that's my fault.
Then when I went, I said, look at that. It's all gone stale. I bought 2, right? So I went out and bought 2 because I thought, do you know what? I don't want Mark to say, oh, can I have a bit of it? Because they're quite small. So I bought 2. I went out, bought 2, gave him 1, and I didn't. And Mark's very much, if it's there, he wants to eat it, whatever it is.
But rather than let it go stale, would you let it go stale?
Yeah, but I grew up in a household.
Would you let it go stale?
Where you don't have to eat everything all at once.
Or just
right?
let it go stale.
But Mark is the type of person, I must eat it all. If it's there, I must eat.
Oh yeah, rather than let it go stale.
So like, if you have a week's worth of food and you have to ration it, Mark don't know anything about rationing. He has to eat it all there, all in one go. There's no as far as Mark is concerned, there's no tomorrow. We must eat it all. So you could buy like 50 or 60 pounds worth of food, and Mark will eat it in one sitting if he can. Like I will cook enough for 6 people. Mark will eat it all in one sitting. He cannot. Like I'll make enough so that maybe we can have some the next day, or we can. But no, Mark will walk back. He'll eat his big plate. He knows he's full. He can't fit anymore. He can't possibly fit any more in. But what he does, if I leave it in the pot, he walks back and forth to and from the kitchen. Oh, do you mind if I have this? Do you mind if I have it? And he's just eating a massive plate of food.
Charlie said, Kelly, that is true. So do you find that, Charlie? Do people try and take your food if you have like a packet of crisps or something, somebody wants one of your crisps, or if you
just want to eat it, you just want to enjoy it. I don't mind giving you one. Have one. I buy you one. Just have it. No, don't take it off my plate. If I'm finished and I think, oh, do you know what? I'm so full, I can't eat anymore. Here, you finish it. That I can deal with. But I don't want someone to take something off my plate. I've arranged my plate. I've done it for me.
Oh, Charlie said, I went to different other carvery pubs called Farmhouse in video. You should check that video out. Well, have a look at that. Have a little look at that one. There was one you went to, I watched, and it was like a big grey building. I can't remember what that was called. I don't know if that was the Farmhouse here, but I did watch that one. It was like a big grey, right by the main road.
So what's everybody been up to? What, other than working?
That's all I've been doing.
What did we do at the weekend? We didn't do anything.
Working, studying.
Oh yeah, you did.
So I had a really, really boring weekend. I'm afraid. If you're relying on me to tell you something exciting, unfortunately I did. But you've done something exciting. You've just been to Central London.
Yeah, I went to Central London, and do you know what? I also wanted to. There was something I was going to say now, and I did. What? Oh yeah. So I also wanted to study, but my mind keeps wandering. I really tried. I really sat at the laptop, and I thought, oh, do you know what? Let me just do a little bit of my studying and blah blah blah. And I couldn't concentrate.
So tell everybody about Covent Garden. What's new? What did you spot? Did you go into the main market stall? Because last time we went was Christmas, and when we went there, they had the big baubles there.
Yeah, no, that's all gone. But I went into St Martin's courtyard.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
that's lovely.
So basically, there's all of these courtyards, and because we were going to Bill's, I just thought, oh, which courtyard is it again? Because there's so many. And in my mind, I was thinking of Neil's Yard, but it wasn't Neil's Yard. It was actually St Martin's courtyard, which is sort of in between, as if you're going towards Leicester Square from Covent Garden, and then you just chuck a right. And so I was waiting for my friend, and I thought, oh, I wonder if she knows where it is. Right, but it's literally a quick about a 5-minute walk, less than that, from Covent Garden Station to Bill's. And she told me, oh, I came out, I was wandering around here, I was wandering around there, and I was like, oh my God. And it turns out she got a little bit lost. But literally, as you come out of Covent Garden, and if it depends on which exit you're coming out of, but normally you just head left and you walk down Longacre, and then sort of towards when you get to TK Maxx, that's St Martin's courtyards there, and they got loads of little restaurants and things like that. It's a lovely little courtyard, and they used to have a Christmas tree in the middle, but I don't think they do the Christmas tree in the middle anymore.
Okay.
But they got a dishoom there, and they got
oh, that's where that is.
yeah,
the
where the
right.
Dishumis and all of that.
So if you'll see our earlier videos, we did go to Dishoom. That's the one we went to, the one in King's Cross. Do check that video out.
Yeah.
You want to see what Dishoom sells. We also did our ping pong video, which is obviously Asian food. That's not too far as well from Covent Garden. Do check that one out. And also as well, if you are after some delicious ice cream, we did do a little tour of both Soho and Covent Garden, which was the London Sweet Treats video. So you'll see all the different places we went to as well. Do have a look though at the milk train. Now the milk train is just off Covent Garden. So they give you a little tub of ice cream. And there's like a regular sized tub, but around the tub they put candy floss and all little bits and things in there. So you've got like freeze-dried strawberries if you're having that as well. It's such a really, and all the different sauces on there. Really, really nice thing. Milk train, Covent Garden.
There are so many places to see and experience. And do you know what I really enjoyed? So I must have got into town about 9:45, maybe something like that. And I was walking around and I wanted to pop into Whittards, but by the time I popped into, so on the Strand there's a Whittards, and I wanted to go to the Whittards, and it was 9:59, and they only had the gates part open. So that basically they close the door, and then they have these gates that go across. They're old-fashioned gates, what you used to get in the lift years ago.
No, for anybody who's not familiar, just quickly, Whittards is a tea shop.
So I wanted to go there, and they had closed the gates, and I just thought, well, it's almost 10 o'clock, like 1 minute until 10 o'clock, and you're still not open. That's crazy. But it was so nice that London was quiet. I was so shocked because I was expecting to see quite a lot of tourists.
Oh, really? It was that quiet?
It was that quiet.
Oh, wow.
It was that quiet.
I was going to say midweek. I thought, and coming up to the morning, I thought it would be.
It was going to be packed. No, it really wasn't. It was nice to walk through Covent Garden. There was hardly anyone there. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a few people, but it would be like on a normal, like, lovely day walking around, and it wasn't cold, and I wore this jumper, and I was hot, and I was thinking, oh my god, and I could feel my my deodorant failing on me. Oh no, because it was just so warm, and I was wearing a big jumper.
We are definitely at that period now, in between winter, in between spring, so you don't know what to wear. In between weather.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I was just like walking around, and I just thought, oh my god, I'm getting like a little bit hot.
A little scratch there. Oh, Charlie said your videos right now on 399. That's our videos. Yeah, we need.
Oh, you mean videos? Oh, the amount of videos
we need one more to get to 400.
To 400, yeah, one more to get to 400. Yeah, so it was just really, really nice to walk around, and they've got a really big cafe concerto. On the corner.
What's Cafe Concerto?
Cafe Concerto. We have been to it before, but you know the cafe that we used to always be open late at night on Regent Street. So there's one on Regent Street. If you late at night, whenever you were in London, nothing was ever open. But that Cafe Concerto was always open.
I know.
Well, they got a really big one. The cakes are massive and they look beautiful. They're all in the window. They look amazing.
One for another.
Yeah, and I just thought, oh my god, if I had known that was there, because it's pretty new, but they've done it in a modern style, but almost it's in keeping with the building. And I thought to myself, good, if I'd have known, I would have said to Marina, actually, let's go there instead of going to. It was really quiet. They had all these like nice bijou chairs. It was really, really nice in there. So I would definitely. That is definitely one that I want to go to. And to check out, yeah, it looks really, really nice there.
Charlie said, Mark, you've been doing YouTube since 2013. That's a long time. My videos have been, and they're still doing it now. It's a lot of videos. Yeah. So funny enough, actually, Charlie, although we started round about then, and then we did a hiatus for a little bit. So
no, we didn't. So basically,
did we? I thought we did.
No, I joined YouTube in 2013, but we didn't make any videos until 2017. 2017 was our first videos.
Oh, okay. I thought we did. Do you know what? My time just flies. I completely forget.
No, our first video was Florida. I think that was our first.
I thought it was Mauritius.
No. I filmed a diary. Oh yeah, that was remember? Right. It was a video diary, so I did upload parts of that, but it wasn't it wasn't like a video that we do now. It wasn't those types of videos. So we did Florida, we did Brussels, we've done Paris and all of those. But that they only I've been a member of YouTube from 2013 or maybe even 2015, but actually uploading videos, that didn't happen until 2017.
That does make sense as well, because I know we did take a little break from YouTube and we took it at the wrong time. So we didn't do anything during lockdown, which we should have done for various reasons, but we just we hadn't done any videos. So of course, I think what we should have been doing is doing some more videos.
Well, I wasn't well.
Yeah.
In 2020. So and then when I thought I was well, all my hair started dropping out. I was like, oh my god. And so so we didn't really plan on doing. We did a couple reviews and stuff like that, but we weren't really planning on sort of like doing video things like that. We didn't have any ideas of videos that we wanted to do, because our channel at that time was mainly for holidays.
Yeah, that's right.
So and we weren't traveling anywhere because we were in lockdown. But in my mind, I thought, oh, do you know what? It's okay. We won't do any. We'll do a couple of filming bits here and there, but we're going to be going on holiday the following year. Because I didn't. Well, and as many people didn't realise that we would be in the pandemic for as long as we were, really. So we didn't. But then a lot of people started watching my friend's one when I went with Rachel, and like it just was like loads of people started watching them. But because what I didn't realize was, because everyone was on lockdown, a lot of people were watching YouTube and a lot of people were watching TV, and you know, some people were doing free concerts outside their window and sort of cheering people up. And you know, I was right alongside everyone else, and then we were doing clap for the NHS and things like that. So we didn't really do any videos. And really, in my mind, I suppose what we should have done was maybe like a little bit of a video diary or something like that, or just did lives to chat to you guys. Yeah. We did start doing lives. We were doing them once a week, but that was later on.
Yeah, well, that was much later though. That wasn't 2020. That was towards the end of 2020.
I think towards the end of 2020. Yeah, 2020. No. But I wasn't well enough to do that. Yeah.
Charlie said, I'll be doing a Haven holiday park in Easter video. Please go and check that out. And it's now going to be coming out. Yeah, you would like to see this video, but it's not coming out just yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I assume Easter.
Easter coming in. So is that where you're going to go for holidays? Is that where you're doing a little trip away, going for a break? Is anybody else going for a little break as well? Are they got anything planned for Easter? When is your next holiday? So we've got nothing planned. We've got nothing planned at all at the moment, but we will be doing some more videos. We've got plenty of videos planned coming up as well, and we've got some in the pipeline which we must get around to editing.
I think I've got 2.
Oh dear! I'll teach you to eat crisps on a live.
It just got stuck right underneath my tongue.
Yeah, that'll teach you to eat crisps on a live.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so I'll carry on. Kelly's coughing into the camera. You all right?
Yes. I think I might need to get some water.
Yeah, I think you're going to get some water. Yeah, but so we will check out that video. You all right? You can get out. We will go and check out that video, Charlie, once you get that uploaded as well. But are you looking forward to that the Holiday Haven? That's one thing we've not done, actually. We've not done a camping site, or we've not done a caravan.
It's not really.
Not for Kelly. I can't picture Kelly in that. But
I did it when I was younger.
I could do it actually just for a review. I'd like to see it as a review.
Nobody's stopping you from doing it as a review.
I've never done it as a review, but I would like to try that.
I just won't be there.
Is that where you're going as well? Holiday. So Haven Holiday Park, is that a caravan park, or is that a chalet, or is it a hotel?
I did a Haven once. I did the Haven that was in the Isle of Wight. And we stayed in a chalet at that one. But I've also done a caravan one. But I'm really not one for caravans.
No, I've not done them.
I'm really not one for
caravans.
I've
never done them. I said no, because I know you're not. I cannot picture you. Kelly's too much of a princess to be into her.
Do you know what it is? I just don't find enjoyment in cramped spaces. I don't see that wouldn't be an enjoyment for me, to be in a cramped space.
Well, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's just something different, something to enjoy. Right, now, Charlie said, which videos do you like best of my YouTube channel? My best videos. So I think I mentioned this one before. I will still say my favourite of yours are the one where you did the car where you did loads of pictures, almost like a montage.
Yeah,
I thought that was
I thought that one was good.
that was really, really good. I did like your room setups. You've got one of your room, how your bedroom set up. You've got like all your gaming things. You've got your TV, you've got your gaming set, and I thought that looked quite cool. And your Minecraft one was quite good. So you do a Minecraft thing of 2 parts, where you sort of go through. You'll do your mining technique. So how you go through. Now you were at that time you were chopping down all the wood from the trees. You got just the top of the tree with all the leaves, but you've chopped down the main stalk bit there. That was the bit I remember. So those are my favourite videos.
So I just want to talk about. I want to talk about holidays, and I want to talk about a few tips.
Okay.
On holidays. So basically, as we are drawing ever nearer to being able, and we can travel now and stuff like that, but I would like it just to be a bit more copacetic. Is that the word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want it to be, So, but the way that I normally start is I would say to Mark, like, where do you want to go? And I'll throw out a few suggestions, but inevitably it would be somewhere like, I don't know, Florida, it'd be Vegas, New York, but we haven't been to New York for ages. We tend to sort of go to the same places, but
That's true.
What I would like to do is I would like to go to Canada, like Toronto, because I really do enjoy Toronto. But you've never been before.
No, I have never been to Canada. I know Minnie, who watches us as well. She is Canadian, so we'll recommend some places.
And I would also like to go
Do you want me to get you some water? Because you sound like you're struggling.
I also want to go. My water's just there. I'd also like to go to Portugal, and I'd also like to go to Gran Canaria. Now, Mark, one of our other viewers, he's actually going to go to Gran Canaria soon-ish, I think. So that'll be quite nice. Thank you very much. And I feel like now is probably a good time to talk about. I was talking to, when I was met up with Marina today, she was talking about how she does Airbnb. Now, I've never tried Airbnb.
No, we haven't. We were going to, weren't we?
Yeah, but I did look into it. I think, was it when we were going to Bath that I was looking into it?
No, we were going to go near close to my parents, so we were going to go then.
Right, okay.
But it was just, we couldn't afford it at the time. It was a bit too expensive.
No, but it was cheaper than the hotel, wasn't it?
No, nowhere near cheaper than the hotel.
Anyway, so you get these Airbnbs and you get the hotels, and more often than not, the normal Airbnbs are cheaper than the hotels, more often than not. But to be fair, the hotel that we stayed at, if we had stayed at a normal, like another hotel, it wouldn't have been as cheap. We stayed at a Travelodge.
We did. So, and also as well, but it was a very, very basic room.
Yeah, very basic.
And I would never recommend doing the breakfast box. But anyway, that's just my thing.
But some people would do a breakfast box. If they're on the go, some people would just grab their little cereal and their yogurt and they'd go. Yeah, no, you wouldn't. But some people, if you were in a caravan or whatever, you would take your grab and go breakfast.
So Charlie said there's a very good app called Wombo. It shows all different faces, and it's like it seems whatever song you like to put into it, they can just make you sing. So it can be like a video maker.
Oh,
so
wow.
Is that what you use? Like doing that as well? So you just put a song and then it voices your thing. I have heard of that. I've seen something where they put Snoop Dogg's face on somebody, but I think that's the one you're referring to. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
It's okay. So the way I do it is, so I normally say to Mark, okay, so where do you want to go? Blah, blah, blah. And what I try to do, I like to get a final price with everything included. Now, my checklist would be flights, transportation, and we don't drive when we go on holiday.
No.
So when we go on holiday, we are solely relying on how we're going to get from A to B, whether we're going to use cabs, whether we're going to use the local transportation, whether the hotel provides free transportation. Now, when we go to Florida, I am not confident driving on the other side of the road. If we did go somewhere and then we were to hire a car that drove on the same side of the road as we do, I'd be quite confident and I'd say, do you know what? Yeah, let's get in a car, blah, blah, blah. So what I would do is we would pick somewhere. So Florida's one of my favorite places, as you can see. I've got the ears on. So let's talk about Florida. So I know we are going to, the minimum that we want to go to Florida for will be for 2 weeks. And normally we're quite lucky and we get to go for 16 nights or 17 nights or 15 nights, but it's normally around that sort of number. So what I do is I will have a look on something like bookings.com, because what I like to do, I like to see if it's cheaper getting it as a package or if it's cheaper booking it as separate entities. So if I was to book my flights, how much would my flights be? And then I know that we need extra leg room because Mark's tall and he doesn't want to sit behind another seat for however many hours.
It's just the flight for ages.
Yeah.
You know when you're on your legs, my legs are right up here. And then, so I like
so you know, we want extra leg room, and there are just certain things. And I have flown with we've flown with a few airlines, like with Air, we didn't fly with Air 2000, but we've flown with Air Mauritius, sadly now gone into administration. We've flown
United.
with United, and we've flown with Virgin. We've flown with Monarch 2000, again they've gone into administration.
EasyJet.
EasyJet, and for me, and a lot of it, and there are a few people out there that don't agree, but I do enjoy Virgin. I do feel like Virgin,
I've got to say, very good service, and I've got to say the food is actually quite good on there as well.
Yeah,
for flight food.
I quite enjoy it. But a lot of people, they're not really that into it, really. But the seats are okay. You get your wide leg room and all of that type of stuff. So so I quite enjoy it. Anyway, so I'll have a look at flight prices, and then I will have a look at it as a package. So I need to think about how we're going to get from our house to whatever airport. And then I need to think about, right, when we're there, about check-in and all. And I'm very organized. So I like to be there a good few hours in advance, because you never know what happens. There could be an accident on the motorway or all this. Now, recently I thought about actually spending the night at the airport. So
that's something we've never done before. So we've never ever gone to the airport, spend the night there in a hotel just by the airport and gone. We've always gone there on the day.
Yeah. And I think what we should do and try out is, because sometimes I don't feel like it's stressful leaving the house or anything like that. But I do think, we've got to get up at whatever hours of the morning, because I will always book an early flight. So when I'm booking something, I like to have maximum stay. So I like to get to the airport early in order to get to our destination early. And then I like to leave when we're coming back. I like to leave as late as possible, so we've got pretty much the whole day there to go to the park or to do. You've paid a lot of money for your park ticket, so you might as well get as much use of them as you can. Do you know what I mean? And if we got the flights cheap enough, then I like to upgrade us a little bit. And so we do sort of like little things like that. So how I start off is, so I'll Google, I'll go to Kayak, or which will give me like cheap flights, or I'll go to bookings.com to look for hotels, and then maybe I'll go to Expedia or something like that to look at it as a package. But my main features that I like to look for are flights, hotels, transportation to and from, and while we're there, which hotels do free transportation to the parks, because that's what you need to know, right? You need to know which hotels are going to give you free transportation, because you could get there and then how are you going to get to the parks? I was watching a couple who went, and they were paying for cabs.
That's expensive. So if you are going to go to Florida, just bear that in mind. It will be expensive to go to and from the cabs. If you're to and from the parks, buy cab if you're going every day.
So you might as well stay in a hotel that gives you free transportation to both parks, so Disney and to Universal. And they were taking cabs everywhere. They didn't do Disney.
Just Universal.
They just did Universal, right? But if you have to pay $20 for a cab or $15 each way. Like, that's already fair. Now they for an extra, they were saying for an extra 1,000, they could have got a hotel with free transportation, but to stay on site, so that they would get in early and everything else. And he said, in hindsight, they wish they had done that, which is fine. But I just think, why not just get a hotel that gives you free transportation? So for us, we would stay on International Drive. And then you've got the luxury of going to Point Orlando with all the little shops and everything else, going up and down the International Drive, because you go up and down the International Drive.
Oh yeah, I do. I enjoy going International Drive. So for anybody that is interested in watching, there are hotels, as Kelly will tell you in a minute, that will offer free transportation to and from the parks in Florida if you stay with them.
So, like, the ones that I can suggest are the Embassy Suites on International Drive, and I can also suggest Homewood Suites, Convention Center. So it's the Convention Center near Point Orlando, and then the other one is the Avanti. But again, that's the Avanti staying sort of closest to Point Orlando, closest to the Convention Center, because there are several of the same hotel chains up and down International Drive. So you have to get it at the right point. That's right for you. I mean, we like staying at Point Orlando because we're close to Icon Park and close to Point Orlando. So if one day we want to go out of an evening or we want to get food or whatever, we like to go where there's lots of restaurants.
Yeah.
And one of our favourite restaurants,
Bahama Breeze.
Obviously, Bahama Breeze. Oh, I say obviously, if you know, you know. And I
had to think then for a second. I thought, what was it? Of course, Bahama Breeze.
Bahama Breeze. And we really enjoy the food there. We eat there most nights. Now, what I can recommend about the Homewood Suites is that it is a suite. All the rooms are a suite. So they have a little kitchen unit in there. They have all your utensils. They have a massive fridge. There's a cooker. There's an oven. There is a dishwasher. There's microwave. There is knives and forks, plates, cups. There's a little dining table to have your food at. There's a futon that you can pull out. A sofa bed that you can pull out if you have guests. If there's more than just the two of you, then you have your room with the bathroom and the sink and all of that type of stuff. And that's what I really like. And they also have a laundry room, which you actually show in one of the videos how to use.
I do. So if you do check that out, so there's 2 videos I've done for laundry. That's one that is in Avanti and the other one is in Homewood Suite. So they are slightly different. Every time we used to build up all our coins because they used to take quarters. They've stopped that now. It's all done by credit card. So you will need a debit card or credit card in order to operate the machine.
Yeah.
But I show you how to do it. Sorry.
Yeah, yes, you do. And what I like about staying at the Homewood Suites is that they have free transportation. Now, in years gone by, they had a coach that would come and pick you up. So you would tell them the night before how many people are going, in your party.
Yeah.
And so you get in a coach, or they bring a small van if there's not that many people. Because if you go out of season, there's not that many people going from your hotel.
No.
So they bring a smaller car. And the transportation is free as long as you tell the reception or the concierge desk, however each hotel is different, that you're going to take the transportation, then that's free, and you can, so it saves on parking. Parking is $25 per park.
Yeah, just bear in mind, you've got to factor that in if you're going, if you are going to drive, $25 per day. Now, if you think about it, if you're going for the week, you're going to have to factor all of that cost in, obviously plus the trip. And I do think as well they do charge. No, that is it, isn't it? It's just $25.
It's $25 parking. Some hotels charge for parking as well.
Yeah, I know. So just bear that in mind if you are going to go, which is why it does make sense to have a look at and check out those hotels that offer free transportation. Now, do bear in mind, if you are going to go with a free transportation, it is at set periods of the time, and there aren't that many buses. So I do believe, and this is, we haven't been for a while, you have about 3 or 4 in the morning, but that's it. If you miss that one, then you're gonna have to make your own way there. Likewise on the way back, there's several options you can do, but like I say, if you miss it, you have to make your own way back.
Yeah, and the good thing Avanti is they've actually got a little bus stop.
Yes, they do.
So you go to this bus stop, but I'm telling you, if you stand at that bus stop, the heat from the sun, because there's no shelter, it'll burn you. It's just like, oh my god.
Depending on what time of year you go, of course.
Yeah. And so the bus will come and it will pick you up from there, from that little bus stop, which is brilliant. The one, if you go to Homewood Suites, you have to stand outside stand outside the hotel and the bus will pick you right up from outside the hotel. That is for the Disney side, right? But for the Universal side, isn't it, they changed it to the sightseeing bus? Was that the Universal side or was that the Disney side?
No. I think it's
it might be the Disney side.
I think it's the Disney side.
Yeah. So basically, before, both the buses used to pick you up outside. So if you were doing the Disney side or if you were doing the Universal side. Now, the Universal side still picks you up at those locations. However, the Disney one, which they switched, now I don't know if it's still the same, but in when we went in 2019, what it was this sightseeing tour bus. And I just thought, I was there one day and I thought, oh my god, they do a sightseeing tour bus. Next time when we come, I really want to go sightseeing and see what's around. It's not a sightseeing tour bus. It's a tour bus that will take you to the park, which will take you to Disney. Basically, it drops you off at the transportation center, and from the transportation center, they used to drop you off at Epcot, and then from Epcot you'd have to go to your transportation center. But now they just drop you at the transportation center, I think. But again, all of this is free, so it's all included in your your hotel. And what's good about both Avanti, well, Avanti is a little bit different. That's a bit tricky, but I'll come on to that. With Homewood Suites, you get free breakfast, and Monday to Thursday in the evening, you get sort of like a mini meal. So they have like a themed evening, and it's a little bit like a buffet, very much like the breakfast, but Monday to Thursday, because they expect Friday, Saturday, Sunday you're going to be out enjoying the parks or going to restaurants or whatever. So and it's a really good deal to. So basically, I'll give you an example. We went for, I think it was 15 nights or 16 nights, and the 15, 16 nights was cheaper than going for 14 nights. So that's why we ended up booking 15, 16 nights. But it worked out to about £1,500 each. But within that, so 15, you're thinking, my God, £1,500 is really expensive. I will now tell you what's included in your £1,500. You get your flights, you get your transportation from the airport to the hotel and back. So it's a round trip. You get your hotel stay for 15, 16 nights with breakfast and evening meal, should you wish to have it Monday to Thursday. And you get free transportation to and from the parks. But not only do you get that, you also get your park tickets for 2 weeks for both the Disney and the Universal. So you get all of that in £1,500 for over 2 weeks, with your transportation included in that, with your flights and your hotel. So that is a bargain, an absolute bargain, because Disney is so expensive, and included in your Disney park, isn't it? It's so expensive. But included in your Disney pass, you get the memory maker. So you can go up to all of these different photographers and scan your card, and you can then download the photos. Now, the problem is the Disney have now bumped up their prices.
So before we go on, explain a bit more about what the memory maker is.
So
I'm going to get a drink, by the way. Sorry, guys, I will be back.
Yeah. So no, fine, thank you. So basically, the memory maker is like you have all of these cast members that are dotted around the parks taking professional pictures. So you can then stand with whatever. Sometimes they'll do it with a prop. Sometimes they'll do it at a restaurant. Sometimes they do it in front of the castle, or in front of like a feature of some sort. So they're all dotted around the park, and you go and you have your photo taken. Now you have your card with you and you scan. So they'll scan your card. And when I say card, I mean your park ticket. Your park, it normally comes in with a card. They'll scan that. You have to have the Disney app. So once you have the Disney app and you register your card to that Disney app, it will then, your photos will go to that Disney app and you can download it, and you have all these beautiful professionally taken photos with your prop or with a Disney character. Excuse me. And that will, you'll be able to then sit there and think, oh my God, and you've got all these beautiful pictures. Because sometimes when you take pictures, unless you're going to use the timer or whatever, you take a picture of somebody, they take a picture of you, you're not always in it unless you're going to set the timer and all of that type of stuff. So it's really, really good when somebody else takes the picture and you can pose in a certain way or hold your little prop or whatever it is, and that's for your own memories, hence the name Memory Maker. But since then, I think since the pandemic, a lot of things, we're still in the pandemic. I say since the pandemic, since lockdown is what I mean to say. A lot of things have changed. So now when you get there, or now when you buy the ticket, there's all these different levels and all of this. So I need to look into it a bit more. So when we book our next holiday to Florida, I'm really, really going to look into that and really look at, what it actually means, because we're thinking that we might buy, depending on travel and things like that, we may do annual passes, maybe.
Well, that's what we were looking at.
We're going to see at some point but then that's when I'll investigate the tickets, and then I will see which one is more. Me and Marina were talking today, and we're all about bargains. If we can find a bargain, that's what we'll do. We'll try and find a bargain. And so I feel like whenever we go on holidays, although sometimes they may be a little bit expensive, they are cheaper in the long run. Things like taking taxis to and from the parks is not a cheap option to me.
No. Well, this is it, and this is what we discovered. So you will make a lot of savings doing that. If you want to reduce the cost of your savings, a few tips from me I would suggest is try and get, like Kelly says, a hotel where transport is included. That will save you a lot of money, particularly in taxis. So I think, to give you an example, I think we paid $21. Now, this is 3 years ago, to get from Universal Studios back to our hotel. So that's one way. Now, that's
that was the traffic as well.
As well. So you've got to bear in mind, you've got to add that. If you're going for, say, 2 weeks or a week, you've got to times that by, if you're going every day, times that by 10 for 1 week.
Now,
I haven't finished me other points yet.
Sorry, go on.
Unbelievable. That's my one tip.
Right. So.
Also, as well, if you do want to save yourself a little bit of money, Homewood Suites do breakfast included and a little bit of early dinner included. Now, the meal isn't the best of quality, but it is free. Well, I say free is included in your price. So what you'll be able to do, and it's actual fact, it's okay. So you'll get things like scrambled egg, you'll get sausages, bacon, you'll be able to make your own waffles. And they do a range of pastries and continental breakfast. So you can have that too.
Yeah.
That will save you money. Do bear in mind that once you get into the parks, it is expensive. The food quality isn't the best. There are 1 or 2 places that we'll do another video on at some point to recommend those. But it is pricey in there. So if you do want to reduce costs, you can do that as well. Look for your hotel that will give you your breakfast as well, because that will sort you out for breakfast. And likewise, if you're going to eat in the evening, try and bring snacks in, because they do allow you. Well, they did when we went.
Yeah.
And you can save money there. It is expensive to eat in the park. So.
If you wanted, don't get me wrong, because I've seen people, they go in there with their sandwiches and they have their sandwiches for the day. I like to go, and then if I'm hungry, because I like to try the different things. But going on a holiday is always as cheap or as expensive as you want to make it. Like by staying at the Homewood Suites, because you have the fridge, it can be like home from home. So you can go out to the nearest Walmart or wherever and buy all your stuff. So whether you want to cook on holiday in the evenings, you can do that. You know, you've got toaster in the room, you've got coffee maker in the room, and all of that. You've got your fridge freezer in the room. You want to go out, buy ice cream, you can stick that in your freezer. You want to bring things back from wherever, you've got your microwave there. So it's a really good all-round place. Now, the pool isn't that great, so I'm not going to lie. If you're looking for a hotel with a really good pool, Homewood Suites is not for you. Well, the Homewood Suites closest to the convention centre is not for you.
Yeah, just that's a good point. Actually. There's several Homewood Suites, so just bear that in mind. There isn't just the one. Kelly's talking about the one that's closest to the convention centre.
Yeah, closest to convention centre. Now, the reason why I say the pool is not great is basically you've got 4 blocks. So you've got block here, block there, block there, block there. It's 4 blocks, and they take up all the corners of the pool. So at one point of the day, you'll have the sun. The only time you'll get sun is when it reaches this height. Then it'd be all around the pool. But as the sun moves, whichever way it moves, you will then have to move your sunbed round. Now, if you've got a few people there and they're not willing to move their sunbeds around because nobody wants to be in the shade and all of that type of stuff, then that's the thing that you've got to deal with, basically. And there was never ever a load of people. I mean, you can go to the water parks, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
If you want to be in the sun and in by the water, you can go to Typhoon Lagoon, you can go to Blizzard Beach, you can go to Volcano Bay and all of that. There used to be Wet and Wild, but they've closed Wet and Wild down now. So I'm thinking they might just do another hotel on top of there. I'm not sure. But you know, you've got all that there. And the simple fact is there's Crazy Golf, which is very near there. You've got your themed dinners up and down International Drive. There's so much to do outside of the parks. So if you don't want to go to the parks, there's plenty of things to go and visit and do. You've got the Everglades, you've got the shopping malls, you've got what exhibition you went to? Titanic.
Yeah, that's on the Point of Orlando.
Yeah, on International Drive.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've got all of those sort of like little things. You've got the cinema and all that. So if you're just about you want to get away and you want to go to Florida, but you're not really into the parks, or you can't afford to do all of the parks, I would suggest price wise to then pick Universal, because Universal is so much cheaper.
Now that is true. I was actually shocked how much cheaper Universal Studios is compared to Disney. It is really, really quite significantly cheaper. So if you do want to do a cheaper run, you can do just Universal.
Now, I first went to Universal and Disney in 97, right? I then went in 98 with my parents, and to buy in 98 and 99, because I went with friends and things like that, the ticket to Universal was £90 for 2 weeks. That's how cheap it used to be. It was £90 for 2 weeks. It's like double that now. It's £270.
Yeah,
it was
more than double that.
Yeah, for the Universal side though, it's I don't know how much it is now post lockdown, because I'm not going to say post pandemic because we're still in a pandemic. But a lot of people have forgotten that because it's not being reported in the news and things like that. No, we're still in a pandemic. So post lockdown, I don't know how much, because everybody's now putting up their prices for everything.
Yeah, they are.
So I don't know how much the tickets and stuff are now, but you can I would, if your budget is you want to make it more economical, then Universal is the one for you. Universal is more on the grown-up side, other than the Harry. So you've got Harry Potter and you've got Simpsons there, but you've got more. They do sort of have sort of kids stuff there, but you've got more. They say it's for the adults, don't they? Universal, rather, and Disney is more for the kids, I suppose. But yeah, they've got some really good like if you're very much into Harry Potter, if you're very much into the Simpsons, where the Simpsons ride was, it used to be Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And I can't believe they changed it to Simpsons.
Well, my experience has always been when it's been Simpsons. So I never saw the Back to the Future ride. The one ride I always wanted to see was also the Jaws ride, but of course that was way before my time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I did the Jaws one. And you know, they've got some pretty good rides because you've got the Spider-Man one, you've got the Transformers one. There's quite a few good rides. The Jimmy Fallon one's a really good one.
Yeah, actually, I was surprised at that. I thought, well, how is this going to be a ride? But it was actually, I won't ruin it.
Yeah.
But it is very, very good. It does take you around the streets of New York, but I won't tell you what happens in it.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And the way that they've done Diagon Alley, Nocturne Alley in Harry Potter is amazing. Some of the attention to detail is really cool. So those are quite good things to look out for when you go. So yeah, if you did want to make, then you could forget about the Disney side and just do the Universal side. Now there are hotels on International Drive that do one park or the other, so they don't do both of them. Some of them will do Disney side, and then some of them will do the Universal side. So it just depends on what it is that you are looking for in your holiday. Like with me, I would feel weird not doing both parks. I would feel weird not doing the Disney and the Universal parks.
Yeah, I'm the same actually. I've got to say, because I think if I was to go, I think to myself, right, I've done this now. Let's go on to the Disney park. Or if I've done Disney, right, let's go on to the Universal park.
Yeah.
So I would feel weird not doing them.
But also in Hollywood Studios, because Hollywood Studios is more your type of thing, because they got the Star Wars there and all of that, and the fact that they've done Tatooine.
I really want to see that. I really do want to go and see that.
Yeah, I do. And don't get me wrong, I don't love Star Wars and things like that, but I do really want to go and see Tatooine and stuff like that. So, but as everyone knows, my favourite park is Epcot. I love Epcot Centre. I've got these ears, which are the iridescent ears, which are also for the 50th anniversary. So, as you can see, here we go.
You get a good view of them. So these are the ones, guys. These are down to you. You, the viewer, you doing there. So as you remember from Friday's one as well, I said if anybody says yes in the chat, I will get Kelly the ears. And here they are.
And here they are. I've still got the tag on them. So I was debating whether I was going to cut it off or leave it on. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it on for now. But there are a couple of ones that I have, and I've just snipped off the tags really. But these ones, this is the first one I've actually kept the tag on. I
did see actually on the other tag as well. You left it on the bed as well. It's got the 50th.
Oh, but that's for the other thing.
We won't show that yet.
Yeah, I won't show that one yet. That's part of the series. And that's part 1 of the series. So yeah. My tips are definitely to pick a hotel that has, if you want to make it economical, even though it costs you that bit more. So it's to stay at Avanti, right? So going on to Avanti, the pool at Avanti closest to Convention Centre, which is where we stayed. The pool is amazing. It's really nice. They've done like a little sandy beachy area kind of thing. It's really good. You've got the sports there and everything else. It's really a nice area. The room is not that great. It's okay. It's got a bed. I didn't sleep. I remember not having good sleeps on that bed.
Oh, I don't know. I did.
Yeah, you did. I didn't.
Really well
yeah, I didn't sleep very well on that
Once
bed.
I'm on holiday, I do sleep well. I do tend to sleep well.
Yeah.
I need to catch up on sleep.
There was no sofa in that room, so we didn't have any sofas. I think we had maybe 1 or 2 chairs to sit down, like if you were going to do work or something on a desk. It wasn't a comfortable. The room that we had wasn't very comfortable. Now I don't know if they did do suites, and they did do breakfast, but the only breakfast option that we were offered was continental breakfast, and I just thought, Continental breakfast? I'd rather just go out for breakfast rather than having continental breakfast.
I don't mind continental breakfast, but cakes for breakfast, I'd rather have something a bit more. I'm typical English. I do want something hot for breakfast.
Yeah, cakes and pastries are not my idea of breakfast. And it is rare, to be fair, that I do get. Anytime I come back and I've eaten, Mark will go, "Oh, aren't you going to get pastry?" Because it's not really something.
No.
Pastries are not my go-to. If Evelyn, she likes the little donuts and things like that, she will get a couple of those things. But I'm not really about that for breakfast. To be quite honest.
Well, I'm the same as well. I think for me, I suppose it's just a cultural thing because we're not used to having cake. I would never normally have a cake for breakfast.
Yeah.
Maybe mid-afternoon, maybe, but I wouldn't have one for breakfast. So having that just seems a bit weird for me. So I do like to have either and I don't tend to have breakfast during the week. If I do, I would want a cooked breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, you quite like the waffles, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, I would call that cooked because it's something.
Yeah,
hot.
yeah. But when they got the they used to have the little batter there, and you could just do it yourself and then turn it over and all of that type of stuff. I don't know how they did it this time. Did you have to warm it up, or did you have?
No, they go. I think they were a bit. Bear in mind, this is all pre-pandemic. So what used to happen is they've got this huge. I don't know why they trust the general public, but they have this big vat of batter. So it's all pre-made batter.
Right.
You pour the batter into the cup holder, which is asking for trouble because there's always somebody who just leaves it. Somebody over pours it, it spills down the side. And then they've got these waffle makers there, which are left to the public. So you've got your little cup and you pour it in. And inevitably, people put way, far too much batter so the machine can handle. So when you turn it, so this little timer goes on, it goes beep, 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 and then you turn it round. That's your indication you've got to turn it. But of course, then all the batter seeps down the side. It's just not designed for
right. And now they pre-do it for you, so they already fill it in the cup for you now. So you just grab one off the side and pour it in.
So of course you can see they've learnt their lesson. Well, if you let the general public just pour their own stuff in, it's just going to inevitably. And you see it's all dripping down the side, all on the floor. So I think now they've learnt their lesson, and they put the cup in the exact measurement you need, and then you pour that in.
Yeah. But I really do like Homewood Sweets. With Avanti, we didn't have breakfast. It was an okay hotel. It was much better outside of the hotel than at Homewood Suites.
Yeah.
Homewood Suites outside is not all of that, but Avanti's outside. But I prefer the rooms at Homewood Suites. But it's a little bit of a difficult one because where the Avanti is situated, it's pretty much across the road from Icon Park. Where Homewood Suites is situated, it's behind like other so it's not directly on the International Drive. It's just set a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Avanti, it's pretty much there. There's nothing really in front of it. You've only got the little car park, and then you've got you've then got Icon Park or wherever it is that you're going to go to. So that was my only thing with the Homewood Suites, is that it's just set back a little bit. So it's set back a little bit. You've got all this, like you've got the car park, you've got all this greenery, you've got several hotels there, and then you walk, and I think it's behind Senior Frog.
Yeah, so there's a restaurant there called Senior Frog, and it's just behind there. So you'll see a little chain. I'm trying to picture that because I can picture Senior Frog. I can't picture the one either side. There's
a Denny's, isn't there?
There's a Denny's that's further down. Is it Bark at the Moon or Howl at the Moon?
Oh yes, Howl at the Moon. I think it is. Yeah.
And that's a bar, so that you can
piano bar, yeah.
And you can sing along at the end. Hence Howl at the Moon.
Yeah.
There's that one, and I forget what's the other side.
Is it a sports one?
No, there is a sports one down there, but I forget what it's called.
Yeah. So it's just set behind those, but as soon as you come out of there, as you go along there, you've got like TGI Fridays, you've got Subway, you've got your Walmart, and then you walk a little bit way up, and then you're at Point Orlando. And at Point Orlando, you've got all your sort of like restaurants, bars, and you've got the cinema. Now, when I first started going, you had a massive toy shop there. There was a massive toy shop. There was a lovely little bookshop, and there was a couple of other little boutiques. So it wasn't that much to see and do. They had a Johnny Rockets there.
Yeah.
And then they had sort of like this arcade, which I've never, ever actually been into in all my years of going. and they closed down there was a massive toy shop, FOA Schwartz, and they closed that down. And I was heartbroken when they closed that down. I was like, oh my God. And there was a bookshop, and I absolutely loved that bookshop, and they closed that bookshop down. But in its place, or next to that bookshop, there was a Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
And just after that, I think it's a Hollister.
Oh, I don't really. Yes, further down. Yes, there is.
Hollister.
Right underneath the cinema.
Right. Well, now, so I've been watching a couple of other YouTubers, and they're saying that a lot of it is closed down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I'm just thinking, oh, no, they've closed a lot of these places down, and they were like really good spots. So years ago when I went, they had that massive toy shop, a couple of other shops. They closed that down. They redeveloped that area. So I didn't go for a good few years in between. So it might have been 4 or 5 years I hadn't been. And then I thought, oh, do you know what? I think you'd really enjoy it. Let's go down there. And then we went, and I stayed at the Homewood Suites. And then they had redeveloped it. And I was telling Evelyn, because Evelyn remembers it, because I went with her when it had the toy shop there and everything else. And they closed it down. So they said that they've closed a few restaurants. But do you know what? The pandemic's done a lot of...
Yeah, that's really... What's there now? Is the Tommy still there? Tommy Hilfiger?
I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look and see.
Oh, Karen, hello.
Hey, Karen. We're just talking about Florida.
Yeah, how are you? You well? Look, your votes.
Yeah.
So that's the one you said to get. You put yes in the chat, and that's the result.
These are the new ears. I've got another set of ears, but I will wear them on Friday. But these are iridescent ears, so these are part of the 50th anniversary. And they're doing a whole series on them.
What's the colour called?
Iridescent.
Iridescent.
But iridescent is normally IRR, and however you spell it. But they've put it as iridescent, so they've put it as EAR.
Oh, right, okay.
So iridescent.
I can't describe the colour. It's almost like a purpley gold.
It's a pearlized pink and blue.
Right. I was going to say, I can see the pinks.
Yeah, it's pink. It's pink and blue, darling.
I can see gold in there.
I think that's just pink.
Oh, Karen says very nice. I love them.
Thank you. I love them too.
So have you been, Karen? What have you been doing? Anything exciting? We were just talking about our yearning for holiday. So sorry, you carry on.
We're talking about sort of like different tips and what our expectations are on holiday, and sort of, you know, what we want from. I mean, ultimately, what is it you want when we go to Florida?
So to Florida, I was going to say it depends where we go, but if you say Florida, it's the parks. It's got to be the park. That's the main reason we go. And like I said, what's nice is when we finish at the parks, you go for something to tea in the evening. That's for me. That's what I like to do. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Get up, breakfast, park, or get up, maybe just park, but it's got to involve the park.
Yeah. I like that we get up, and we're having breakfast and stuff like that. I don't like to be tied to breakfast, but you like,
I do. Do you know what it is? Now, Karen, I don't know if you're the same or anybody else. Karen said really suits you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not up to much, really. No, nor us. No, one of the things is, now, during the week, because I'm working, I don't get the chance to eat breakfast. because I've got to get up early. By the time I've got up, sorted myself out, I'm either on the way to work, or if I'm working from home, I'm pretty much working straight away. So when I'm on holiday, that to me is more of the symbol of it. That symbolizes to me I'm on holiday. I don't have to get up early. I don't have to rush to get somewhere. I can actually sit down and enjoy my breakfast, take time. And that's why on a weekend, no matter what, if I'm really, really busy, I really insist that I want that breakfast, because I only get to do that 2 days a week.
See, what I like to do is try the different eateries in the parks, and it can be expensive. But one of the things what we both like to do is sometimes if I get an early booking somewhere, so when I say an early booking, sort of like 11:30, 12 o'clock time, you then tend not to have breakfast.
Yeah.
And then what we do, because inevitably it's an all you can eat.
Yeah.
So you love the Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And so we go to the Crystal Palace and we just have, you know, whatever it is that we have, and we really, really enjoy that.
Yeah.
And I like Hollywood and Dine.
Yeah.
Is it Hollywood and Dine?
Hollywood and Vine, I think it is.
Hollywood and Vine, yeah. Dine, Vine. But yeah, and that I really like it there. And so what we do, we go there or we go to the other one. But there's a couple of other all you can eats that I really do want to try the next time when we go. So that's also, but we also tried Liberty Inn.
So Karen says, now take your time for the weekends, but I'm not one for breakfast. So do you never have it, Karen? Are you not really a big fan of it? Will you skip breakfast and go to lunch, or do you just have something very, very light? I've got to say, during the week, I tend to, my breakfast is just coffee. So I tend to have something proper to eat for lunch, but breakfast for me, I tend to skip.
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes I might have yogurt. Sometimes I might have a fruity, a smoothie. I'm thinking fruity because I put fruit in it. Fruit in it. So yes, sometimes I might have a smoothie. Sometimes I might have a couple of biscuits. With my tea. Yeah, it just depends. But I normally try and save myself for lunch. And then we have like an early lunch, and then whatever it is that we have for lunch really. But yeah, I don't tend. But then on the weekend, Mark likes to have breakfast, and sometimes I don't like to eat too early. And because now I'm used to sort of like having sort of like lunch later on in the day, so anytime from 12 o'clock onwards, if Mark asks me prior to that, oh, do you want something to eat? I'm like, I'm not really hungry yet, kind of thing, because I like to wait till later on. So yeah, I'm more like that.
But Karen said, oh yeah, very rarely she has breakfast. It's mainly late brunch. Which is kind of what we do.
Yeah, exactly. It's what we do.
Especially on the weekends, I'll do for the late brunch. What I do like to do, but for me, it's more the symbol, if that makes sense, Karen. So for me, it's a symbol I'm off because I'm having breakfast. And I can really take my time to do it. I can take my time to cook it, no matter what it is, mainly omelette. But I'll really take my time on it, and then I can make myself a coffee. I can sit down and I can just really enjoy that. And that for me symbolizes my weekend, that I am able to sit, relax and do that. What I can't stand is being rushed in the morning. So when you wake up, you've got to rush downstairs, I've got to rush to have a shower. If I'm going to work, I've got to rush to get to the train.
See, I'm the opposite. I don't mind here, like rushing, but Mark rushes me when I'm on holiday, and that's the time that I don't want to be rushed. Because I've been doing all the rushing here, got to get up early, got to shower, got to get on that train to work. So when I'm on holiday, I don't want to be dictated by food. Don't tell me about breakfast or anything like that. Or we've got to go and catch this, or we've got to go and do that.
The trouble with, I mean, to be honest with you, I do get what you're saying, but most hotels are breakfast is done by 10. So you are dictated because that's your slot, and also because I want to have breakfast. I agree with you. I'd rather have it later. Or like Karen does, we'll have brunch. But you are dictated. And also as well, if you do go at 10 when they're closing down, it's all the leftovers. They're not going to recook anything new. So
I just normally have toast.
There's all the stuff that's been sitting there for hours. So I'd rather go and have a sort of midway through when you have a decent tranche. So that's why. Oh, Karen says she's a slow eater as well. That's why she likes to have the.
I don't mind
the brunch.
The slow eater part. What I just tend to get tired of the same things at breakfast, kind of thing.
Well, it's a buffet, most of them.
Well, no, but I mean, when we go and stay at the Homewood Suites, it's normally either sausage or bacon that I don't even like. Normally either scrambled eggs or a folded over egg. I don't want cheese in my eggs. I don't want cheese in my eggs. I don't want the gelatinous sloppiness of eggs. You know, when they've scrambled it and they haven't scrambled it properly, and it's just like gelatinous.
Karen's got to go. Bye, Karen. Take care. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you Friday. Yes, hopefully.
Yeah. Actually, we should be wrapping up now, I think.
Ashraf, I was going to say, it's I have got something on as well. So we have been going for a good hour and a half. So we will say goodbye. As Karen is saying goodbye, we shall say goodbye as well. That's it from Hello Mark and Teddy's trips, tips and things as well. I hope you enjoyed that. We enjoyed talking to you as always. Our little thing on our holidays this time as well. We will be back, of course, at 6 p.m. on Friday, UK time, where you can join us and ask us anything you like. Until then, stay safe, look after yourself, and remember, you're never too old to have fun. We'll see you in the next installment. Till then, take care. Bye for now.
Bye for now.